So it looks like we finally have a response from Ubisoft surrounding their game Star Wars Outlaws and the fact that you have to pay over $110 if you want to get everything in this game. This of course is all about the drama surrounding the game, so those of you who don't know and this is the first time you're hearing about this, Ubisoft is making a new Star Wars game called Star Wars Outlaws, and in this game there are a bunch of different pre-order packages for the game, and the one we really want to highlight here is the second one called the Gold Edition, which is going to be over $110. And in this edition, you actually get a mission unlocked which you can play in the game from day one, which is kind of crazy. So basically what this means is if you want to have access to every single mission and the entirety of the game, you need to fork out over $110. Yep, that's right. Buying the base game is no longer good enough anymore. And this is what really pisses me off about game companies these days is a lot of them try to just squeeze as much money as they possibly can out of you. And they always try to create these unique and special ways to get that money out of you, and it's just ridiculous. So anyways, this story has been exploding over the internet with big content creators like Asmongold talking about this, and it's just, this story has been spreading like wildfire. And the story has gotten so big now that Ubisoft has felt the need to actually put out an official response and try to, put out the flames. But I think a really good analogy for this one is that Ubisoft was cooking in the kitchen and they started a massive grease fire, and instead of trying to put a lid on it and cut the oxygen off, nope, they decided to dump a bunch of water on it. So Ubisoft's official statement is basically insisting that Jabba the Hutt and the Hutt Cartel will be part of the experience for all players, regardless of which edition you buy. And the quote here is that, to clarify, Jabba the Hutt and the Hutt Cartel are one of the main syndicates in Star Wars Outlaws and will be part of the experience for everyone who purchases the game, regardless of edition. The Jabba's Gambit mission is an optional additional mission with the Hutt Cartel along Kay and Nyx's journey across the Outer Rim. This mission will be available to those who purchase the Season Pass or an edition of the game which includes the Season Pass. So anyways, this was a pretty weak attempt at them trying to, quell the flames and try to minimize the importance of this, and I think what they actually did here was actually made this worse. What they should have done here, or the right answer, would be to put out a statement saying that they apologize for the fans and that they were going to basically make this mission be included in the base game. But no, instead, they wanted to try to gaslight players into thinking that this is not a big deal. So their argument is, okay, so you don't have to buy the Gold Edition to get this mission. You can also buy the Season Pass. So if you buy the base version for $70 and then you end up buying the Season Pass, you're still having to pay more money to get this mission. And another really sneaky thing that they put out here is where they say that the Jabba the Hutt and the Hutt Cartel will be part of the experience for all players, regardless of which edition you buy. So it sounds to me like you can still do stuff with these characters, but just this one specific mission is going to be locked behind, having to pay more money, which is still wrong. And again, the fact that this is a mission that is in the game, ready to go day one, that you have to pay extra money for, is ridiculous. You shouldn't have to be spending more money to get something that's ready to go. Now, if this was a mission that was going to be included in, months from now in an actual DLC story mission, that's a totally different story. But this is just not the case. And another really interesting fact about this paid or paywalled mission is we don't know how big of a mission this is or how small it is. And that's going to be really interesting to see once the game goes live and people actually try it out, because if it is like a really quick mission and you get it done really fast, that will just be crazy to me. Could you imagine having to pay an extra $30 for a 5-minute long mission? That's almost the entire price of Helldivers 2. Let that just sink in for a second. And by the way, I love how a lot of people are starting to use the analogy of Helldivers 2 to basically justify the costs of some of these add-ons for these certain games. Yeah, it's just hilarious to me. So yeah, that's where we stand right now as far as the news surrounding Star Wars Outlaws. If they continue to put out more statements or clarify some more things, I'll definitely keep you guys all in the loop. But anyways, that's all we got for today. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments section. I love hearing from you guys and kind of, getting your takes on everything. Thanks again for watching. I'm still Solo, and I'll see you all in the next one.